Right, we did say that we'll give you more information from Ekiti State. Well, here is that report. Let's go back to Ekiti. I believe Show and the crew are just on standby. Okay, this time it's Kayode Okikiolu. Hello, Kayode. What's new right now? Oh, I don't
Excuse.
I haven't seen you in this kind of attire in a while. It must be strange for so many people watching you.
Well, it looks like it's about to rain, really.
Oh.
So I'm prepared for the weather. So if the rain starts, I just get my hood up so we can keep covering this election for our viewers out there, essentially. But it's good to see you. I'm right here at polling unit 002 in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, where residents have come out to exercise their franchise. A lot of them came as early as 7 a.m., just anticipating the process, essentially, so they can get to make at least their own decision as to who gets to lead this state for the next 4 years. As you can see, we have women on the queue. In fact, this woman came with her baby. Imagine that, just so she can exercise her franchise. And essentially, the process is simple. You get to check your name on that list, the list of papers, and then you join the queue. Once you join the queue, you go through the accreditation process with the beavers. And you see, it looks like the queue is moving quite well. Earlier on, we had little skirmishes, but it looks like the officials have gotten a hang of this. I can see that the people are enthusiastic. This is essentially what democracy is about. Women, men, we've seen the elderly. I spoke with a 73-year-old man who came with his crutches earlier on, and for him, he had very positive things to say about this election, but there have been issues of vote buying, reported vote buying, and this is a challenge we're seeing yet again. We had hoped that this would be a thing of the past, but apparently it looks like these people keep reinventing new ways to carry out these nefarious activities. But the good thing is we have someone who's been monitoring this election with Yiaga Africa, and I'll be speaking right now with Cynthia Mbamalu, who is a co-founder of Yiaga Africa. They're on ground as well. They have a situation room, and they'll be covering this as well as we are. And I'd like to get some views from Cynthia. Good to see you, Cynthia. It's been quite a busy day, right?
Oh, yes, it's been a busy day, but quite exciting, I'd say.
Quite exciting. Yeah. I'd like to start from the elephant in the room, and we've been getting reports of vote buying. Apparently, there are new ways to go about this, so it's not about snapping pictures. It's maybe someone standing afar off, taking a look at what you do. You find a way to fold it and show them that indeed I voted for your party. You drop your paper and then rendezvous at a point. Is that something you've noticed as well?
Oh, yes. So one of the indicators is if you see people gathering around somewhere where there is no voting going on and there is an individual who they are surrounding, then you know something is going on there. And we've also gotten reports as high as 5,000 naira is actually being paid to some voters. It's quite worrisome, but you know we had highlighted that this may be an issue because from the pre-elections phase, the campaigns were basically all about monies, and now we see a lot of that transaction going on. Although INEC had made efforts to review the setup, how polling voting booths are set up so that you limit the chances of people seeing how people vote, but somehow they look for how to maneuver, you know, or go around the whole setup issue. And I think it's unfortunate that this is now a permanent feature in our elections, but we hope that more voters will be enlightened and desist from selling their votes.
Absolutely. I spoke with some of them earlier on, and what they had to say is no more vote buying. In fact, they had a term, we're not collecting money just to cook a pot of stew and sell our votes. They said no more. But it is sad to see this. But what do you think perhaps INEC, the security agencies, are up to the task? Even, yes, they may have reinvented, but do you think that the security agencies as well as other stakeholders are reinventing as well?
So far, we've not gotten reports of arrests because one of the things we were expecting to see in these elections is that the security personnel would go around and when they see these suspicious activities, pick up whoever has the money or whoever is distributing, but we've not really seen that. However, I think there's also the challenge. I mean, INEC can't do much when it comes to vote buying. It's more around the security because INEC is busy administering the elections. But I think the security agencies are a bit more complicit, or they do not want to, you know, they don't want to cause any chaos because they feel maybe if we start making arrests, it could create tension and maybe become a threat to violence. But we actually wish they would do more arrests, because when you pick up 1 or 2 persons, it somehow reduces how people would freely want to bargain or buy and sell votes outside of the polling units.
Great. Just one more thing, Cynthia. Regarding this election overall, how would you rate it in terms of, the process, logistics, deployments, the use of beavers, by the way? I know the goal was to have between 1 minute and 3 minutes voting process and all of that, but how would you rate this overall?
It's actually been a reasonably good process. So, for instance, one of our data showed that by 7:30 we had about 76% of officials deployed to polling units across the state, which is a good number. So, early deployment meant early commencement of the process. We've also seen good deployment of the beavers and reasonably functionality. Now, the only challenge we've seen with the beavers is in some polling units it did not authenticate some voters, and we knew that may be an issue because the guideline had provided that you try 3 times. That's the benchmark. After 3 times, you ask the voter to leave and to make an official complaint to INEC. We've just had a little of those issues, but those voters were worried because they wanted to vote, and their names were in the register when they went to confirm from the way it was posted, but the beavers was not authenticating them. That has been the only issue so far. We had some reports of beavers did not function, but it was fixed immediately. So I think reasonably it's been a good process, but this is just, it's not yet noon. So let's see what happens by noon. We have a lot of numbers. We just hope we can finish the process as early as 2:30, as provided in the guidelines.
Also, we have just over 2 hours to end the process. Looks like the queue is moving. Cynthia, it's been good speaking with you. So we'll try to quickly go around and see if there are spaces that people are gathering around to see perhaps if we can catch a glimpse, maybe, just maybe some nefarious activities are going on. Just let's look around this place so you could see perhaps buses that were used to convey logistics. You see some party agents here just monitoring the process. So the idea is if you see people maybe crowding around random areas, then you might want to be suspicious, essentially. So this is a call to the security agencies to ensure that they go around and make sure that we nip this issue of vote buying in the bud. We're still live here at polling unit 002, St. Michael's School, where voters here in Ekiti State are exercising their franchise. Perhaps I could speak with a few people just to get your view on the voting process. How would you describe this voting process so far?
The exercise has been peaceful so far, and the issue of vote buying is not allowed here. So we Ekiti people, we are here to cast our vote for the candidate of our choice.
So even if they approach you saying, let me offer you 5,000 naira.
No to vote buying.
Say that again.
We say no to vote buying.
Is that the same for everybody? Yes. Are you saying no to vote buying?
No.
No to vote buying. So you hear from the people, no to vote buying. I hope this resounds well enough, and I hope it is carried out at the end of the day. We have some other people monitoring the elections as well, and I just want quick words. What would you say about this election?
I will defer to my colleague. He's much more well-versed.
I literally put you on the spot right there, but introduce yourself and tell us how has the process been so far?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Francis Madugu. This is about the first polling unit we are coming to today. It's impressive to see that the queues are in order, and basically the process is going on as expected here.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this election?
I mean, this is going on as expected. It's okay, as expected, and the officials are doing their work, and then the citizens here have been orderly and peaceful.
There you go, orderly, peaceful. We have just over 2 hours to the end of this election. We're on ground all around the state, giving you all the angles to this election. It's going to be, as they have said, a foretaste to what to expect come 2023 in our general election. So from here at polling unit 002, St. Michael's School, Kayode Okikiolu reporting for Channels Television News.
You go. Have there been any issues with the beavers?
I'm not sure if Kayode can hear you.
Well, we've gotten reports. Well, I can hear you, actually. I can hear you, Alira. So we've gotten reports about the use of the beavers. A few places we had issues, but we hear that it was rectified, as Cynthia said. As you can see right there, that's the beavers being used, and I don't think it took up to 30 seconds for that woman to be done. So you see the card, the biometrics, or the barcode of the card is scanned. If I could just show you quickly, it is scanned.
Okay, thank you.
I know. You can keep going on and on. Well, I heard the issue of vote buying, but I haven't heard about no to vote selling. Don't answer that one. We'll come back to you some other time.
Thank you, Kayode. Take care.